Hi everyone. I wanted to put together a proper introduction to Equity Steward so that people can see in a calm and practical way what it is, why it exists, and how it is intended to be used. A lot of discussion around trusts quite naturally focuses on structure and legal form, fiduciary duties, and the principles behind establishing a trust properly. That foundation is essential. But once the trust is actually established, another responsibility begins. That responsibility is administration. Over time, trustees need to preserve clarity around the trust purpose, maintain reliable records, document decisions properly, track assets coherently, and ensure that the conduct of the trust remains aligned with its structure. Equity Steward was designed to support that ongoing responsibility. What Equity Steward is a structured trust administration platform, a toolbox. It's designed to help individuals and families, trustees as well, organise and maintain the ongoing administrative life of a private trust. In practical terms, it provides a structured environment where trustees can record what they're doing, why they're doing it, and how decisions are being made, how assets are being managed, and how the administrative history of the trust develops over time. Rather than leaving these records scattered across folders and emails and personal notes, the platform brings them together in a coherent administrative workspace. The focus is structure, continuity, and evidential clarity. What Equity Steward is not, though, it must be important that we're clear about this, that the platform does not give legal advice, and it doesn't give tax advice, it doesn't give financial advice, and it does not replace professional counsel where that is required. It also does not exist to replace education. Many people are doing valuable work teaching the principles of trust law, fiduciary duty, and proper trust formation. Equity Steward is not a course, and it does not compete with that educational work. Instead, it sits at the next stage. It is an implementation layer that supports the practical administration that follows understanding. Why this matters? Because in practice, many trust arrangements do not become vulnerable because of a flaw in theory. They become vulnerable because administration becomes informal. Decisions are made, but they're not properly recorded. Asset histories are understood, but they're not clearly evidenced. Meetings take place, but they're not formally documented. Changes occur over time, but the narrative of what happened becomes fragmented. Trustees know what they meant, but the record does not clearly show it. Over time, that lack of coherence weakens the administrative history. A well-run trust is not defined only by its founding documents. It's also reflected by the clarity, the consistency, and the continuity of its administration. That is why a disciplined administrative record matters. The design philosophy behind Equity Steward is straightforward. It aims to make the administrative life of a trust structured, attributable, and understandable over time. The platform therefore emphasizes several principles: contemporaneous recording, clear life cycle stages, document integrity checks, version history where appropriate, append-only records for key events, independent verification, and self-custody archival exports. Each meaningful action recorded within the workspace contributes to the trust's broader administrative history. Rather than lose a collection of files, the platform gradually builds a coherent record of stewardship. An administrative timeline. This is one of the ways this becomes visible through the trust's administrative timeline. Each and every meaningful action recorded within the workspace appears as part of a chronological governance history. Formation steps, architectural decisions, document verification events, asset transfers, trustee decisions, protective communications, and archival exports all appear within this timeline. This allows trustees and beneficiaries or advisors to see not just individual records, but the evolving history of how the trust has been administered. In that sense, the platform does not simply store documents, it records the administrative life of the trust. The six-stage structure. To make this administration manageable, the platform organizes trust activity into 6 stages. Each stage reflects a different aspect of the trust's life cycle. Stage 1 is orientation and understanding. This focuses on intent, suitability, roles, and foundational clarity. Stage 2 is trust architecture. Here, the structural design of the trust is defined, documented, and then locked. Stage 3 is the documentation assembly. This stage deals with the trust's instruments, schedules, and supporting documentation. It also includes document quality checks and verification references that help ensure structural coherence, not for advice, but for coherence. Stage 4 is funding and assets. This is where trust property and provenance records and asset transfer history are maintained. Stage 5 is governance and operations. This stage supports trustee meetings, decisions, records of administration, and formal trustee actions. Stage 6, this is exciting. This is resilience, continuity, and verification. The platform brings together the trust's administrative record, including archival exports, independent verification references, and protection communications, such as formally issued defense notices. In the videos that follow, I will walk through each of these stages individually so that part of the system, each and every one of them, can be understood clearly and without rushing. Self-custody and independence. One aspect of this platform that I believe is particularly important, that it is not designed to trap users inside the platform. Trust records can be exported as independent archival backups that include integrity verification references. This allows trustees to retain their own copies of the administrative record and preserve them independently of the platform. That independence matters. Good administration should not rely on blind trust in a system. The record should be able to stand clearly on its own. Who this is for? Well, Equity Steward is for people who take the administration of a trust seriously. It is for those who want to move beyond loose collections of files and notes and memories and assumptions, and instead maintain a structured and durable administrative record. It is particularly suited to trustees who recognize that administration is not the noise around the edges of a trust, it is part of what gives the trust credibility and continuity and coherence over time. So that's the purpose of Equity Steward in broad terms. It's not about hype, it's not about shortcuts, it's not about replacing education or professional guidance. It's about supporting disciplined trust administration in a way that is structured and coherent and sustainable. In the next videos, I will walk through each of the 6 stages individually so you can see how the platform works in practice. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Appreciate you.